Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my channel. House prices have crashed at the fastest rate since 2008. That's big news, and we're going to deep dive into that today. We're going to go through the Halifax data. Not only that, if you stick around to the end, we're going to talk about big opportunities for property investors during these uncertain times. So, before we jump into that, this channel is on an absolute growth spurt at the moment. We've got 3,000 of you that are subscribed. Well, 3,250 of you that are subscribed so far. So thank you very much for all our subscribers. We're on a journey to 5,000 subscribers. So very quickly, if you haven't already, which is 70% of you, smash that subscribe button over there and hit the bell icon so you get notified on all the content. Now is such a pivotal time in the property market. You need to keep informed on what's going on. And also, give the video a quick like. We get 50,000 views every single month. We're trying to get that to 100,000 in early January or early February. So helping that will be really awesome. If you hit the like button, that will tell the YouTube gods what's going on. So, house prices have dropped. I'm going to be looking at the, I've just read through the Halifax data, but I will check back to that to just make sure the figures I'm putting forward to you guys are correct. So, yeah, look, 2.3% drop in house prices this month, which is the biggest since 2008. So, 2008, we had a very big decline, didn't we? We had like a more than 20% decline in property prices. So, are we heading that way? No one knows for sure, right? No one can say with certainty that house prices are going to crash at a certain amount. We knew house prices were going to start coming down. Of course we did, guys. Interest rates have been going up. Affordability is less. Inflation is still rampant. So, that's obvious. The prices were starting to go down. Now, in the last quarter, because we've had a few rises and stuff like that, prices are down 1%, right? So 1% exactly, prices are down in the last quarter. So what does this mean? Well, the annual change is also dropped significantly because obviously that's a rolling tally. And so the house prices for the year now are at 4.7%. Remember, we had that in double digits at one stage. And so that just shows that prices are really getting battered now. Average house prices are at £287,000, £85,000, sorry, which is obviously down. Now, what's interesting here is that new buyers in the market, which was down around 30%, is now down over 50%. Right? So that indicates to us that there's more declines on the way, right? Now, if you own assets already, should you be panicking? Well, not really if you're looking to hold on to those assets, right? So we would always teach that you would buy and hold properties. There is a number of investors that could be in for a really difficult time at the moment, and those are people that are doing flips. I've said for many, many months that I think flips could be a dangerous strategy in an uncertain market, because the market might be down 2.3%, but what really matters is what the valuer comes around and says. So if you're doing a flip and you want to get 300 grand for a property, and now it's down a couple of percent, but what if the valuer downvalues it 10%? Now, it might not be worth 10% less, but they will err on the side of caution now, especially when they're reading this kind of data as well. Now, that might get you £30,000 less. Maybe you were only going to make £40,000 profit. Now you've got a difficult situation. So certain strategies will work very well in this kind of market, while others won't work so well. Let's see what else is going on here. So here's something interesting. So the Northeast hasn't been hit by this yet. Northeast, Yorkshire, those sorts of places, they haven't seen the downturn yet. Now, we're not saying that won't happen. It's a bit of a relief for me because I've just bought in Doncaster, which is in the Northeast. but that's kind of good news for people in that area. And that's because affordability is still there in those areas, right? They did get hit way harder than other places in 2008. And that was when lending was really hard. But affordability is much better in the Northeast. So they haven't really felt any impact from this yet. And so that's important. Now, they're also saying that prices are down in very similar sort of prices in Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales as well. So that's something to consider here. So what else is going on? Let's have a look through here. Is there anything else that we need to share with you guys? And so, yeah, in the Northeast, they're saying that prices are still up 10%, which is pretty good for investors and homeowners in those sorts of areas. Now, what do? Do we worry about this kind of stuff? Well, not necessarily, right? So 2008 prices crashed. I wasn't really paying attention in that time. I had a portfolio still at that time and a number of houses, but I was never really worried about it because I had my properties in fixed terms and I had no intention of selling, right? So as an investor, rents are still going up, right? Rents are still going up. Now that will start to slow down. Of course, that will start to slow down as prices drop. Maybe some people will then look at buying instead, right? And that will be a good option. But what you need to really consider here is if your mortgage is at a certain amount and your rent is making you profit still, then don't sell. If you don't sell, you don't have the loss. You won't lose 2.5% unless you actually sell the property. And I will always buy and hold my properties. The only way that I plan to get rid of properties is with death, unfortunately. And so I'm not looking to sell these properties that I own. I'm looking to hold on to them because at some point, however much we drop, whether it was 99%, they'll always come good again. Property will always come good again. And now we will have a temporary drop as we did. It could go down significantly more. It might just slow down. We might get a few quarter% drops over the next few months. We might get a 5% drop in 1 month. No one can tell you that for sure. No one has that crystal ball. So what's the opportunity for you as investors? Well, there are going to be a number of people that just need to sell now. They just really want to get their property sold for whatever reason. Maybe they're moving abroad. Maybe they're moving in with a partner. And so they're selling an excess property that they don't want to rent out. Maybe they've had problem tenants. Maybe they're impacted by Section 24, the tax implications. You don't know for certain, but there's tons of people, tens and tens and tens of thousands of people in the UK that need to sell fast. Now, those are opportunities for us as investors to get properties even lower than a 2.3% drop. Now, I've been looking at an auction today, and in the auction that I was looking at in January last year, they were selling 90% of the properties that were listed in there. Now, in the summer, that dropped to 85%. 3 months ago, that dropped to 80%. Last month, that dropped to 75%. And in the last auction, they only sold 69% of the properties that were in there. Also, the sold prices were way more than 2.3% down. And these are people that need to sell fast for whatever reason, to stop a repossession, all sorts of different reasons that people do this stuff, right? And that's good. And that's a really, really big opportunity for you as an investor, isn't it? And so you can always find good deals. Whatever's going on in the market, I'll tell you something, whatever the market ends up bottoming out at, investors will still be buying and lots of people will be making more money than at any other time than they've made in their life before. In 2008, more property millionaires were actually made than any other time because people were buying property on sale. And that's what you need to do, is get prepared to actually purchase some of these bargains. You see, a lot of you have been watching this channel and you've been saying, I'm going to wait for the market to drop. Well, it's dropping now. And there are deals that you can get that are way better than 2.3% off market value, because there is so many people that need to sell right now. That's what I want you to think about. And so we're launching a program in the next week that's going to teach you all of the strategies we talk about here in a lot more detail. Serviced accommodation, rent to rent, buying from auctions, all of this stuff we're going to teach you guys and help you get educated to get those deals ready for 2023. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Do like the video, guys. Do comment below. Let me know what you think. Have a guess. Where do you think the market's going to end up? 20% down, 10% down, 50% down? I want to know, guys. So make sure you comment below. I love all your engagement. Do check out all the other videos on my channel, including this video right here. Bye for now.